right, so this is the May 2012 paper 2 problem number 1, and for my class at Bethesda Chevy Chase High School, I'm working from home and I do not have a Promethean board at home. I do just have my laptop, and my laptop doesn't have a mouse, so you're going to have to bear with me if the quality of the video seems a little bit substandard. All right, so in problem number 1, we have a bunch of information that we are asked to represent in a Venn diagram, and I've got that already set up for us. We know that we start with the inside information, so that overlapping part where all three the percent of the population that read all 3 newspapers, and then we kind of work our way out filling in the diagram. We know that the entire thing has to add up to 100%, and so you'll see in part 1B, so A is just representing the information in the diagram, and in part B we're supposed to figure out the percent of the population that doesn't read a newspaper at all. So what I've done, you can see, is take 100% and then we subtract from that all of the other values added together. And I should not have that. There's a typo right there. That parentheses should be right there. All right, oops. That's better. And that's 1%, and I put that inside the universe. Jackson, I put that U there for you, and but the 1% doesn't read any of the newspapers. All right, now in part C, we are asked to find the percentage of the population that reads exactly one newspaper. So that would be the 16 read only the newspaper A, 26 read only newspaper B, and 29 read only newspaper C. So if we add those all up, that's 71%. In part D, find the percentage of the population that reads the Art Journal or the Beartown News, but not the Courier. So we want to add up everything that's in this circle. Let's see. They read one or the other, but not the Courier. So we want to take what's here, but we don't want to include the Courier. And then we want to take what's in B, but again, not including the Courier. So we've got 16 plus 3 plus 26. And that would be those values. All right, now it says, I want to mention something right here. All these problems say find, find, find. On paper 2, the assumption is that you are showing some work for every single problem. So even if it's something like taking 16 plus 3 plus 26 and you are using your calculator to add those up, you must show, that's why I've typed up or written down 16 plus 3 plus 26. You've got to show what it is that you're doing in your calculator, or you will not get full marks for your answer. This is different than the way the paper 1 is graded. In part E, it says use your Venn diagram to decide whether it's true that 83% of the population reads either the Beartown News or the Courier. And it says use the Venn diagram to justify your answer. So as soon as you see that word justify, you know you're going to have to show some kind of work. So in part E, again, I don't have well, I don't have a Promethean board at my house. That would be kind of cool, though. All right, so in part E, we're going to try to figure out if it's true that 83% of the population reads either the Beartown News or the Courier. So that means I'm going to add up all of these values except for the 16 and except for the 1. So I could say that if I could just add them all up, or I could take 100% and I could subtract the 16% that only reads paper A, and subtract 16 plus 1, and that's going to give me 83. And that's enough work to show that you've justified the 83%, but you have to show something. You have to show some kind of work. Now, in part F, it says that, let's see, it says the population is 120,000 and the radio station claims that 34,000 of the citizens read at least 2 of the local newspapers. So, let's see. Well, what percent reads at least 2 of the local newspapers? Let's take 28% of 120. And where's my 28%? At least 2 of the local newspapers. So at least 2 is going to be, oh, look at that, making those little things. What is that doing? All right, so at least 28%. I've got 12 plus 8, that's 20, plus 5, 25, plus 3, 28. So 28% of 120, 28%. Let's do 0.28 times, it's a weird multiplication symbol, times 120,000, and that's equal to 33,600. So to find the percentage error, we're going to take 34,000 and subtract that actual number of 33,600 and then divide by 33,600. Oops, sorry about that. 33,600 and that is equal to, I'll try not typing it, that's equal to 1.19% error. So we've got 1.19, and it's really 1.19047, but again, you want to round that number to 3 significant digits. So we've got 1.19%. So remember, I multiplied that by 100 to get to the percentage. Okay, that's the end of problem 1.